Ooh, that's never gonna not be funny to me. Okay, hello, 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 and yeah, welcome, welcome,
Oh,
welcome to Otaku Talk Sunday with myself and Twan. Today we're gonna be talking about waifus and weirdos. Ooh, I just see I need to change my chat color over there because I cannot see what Inya's saying. Hold on, Twan, you'll be back in 1 second. There you go. Okay.
all right.
But yeah, hello. Um,
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
happy birthday, America. That's what I want to say. Boobies everywhere. Yes, this is the waifu episode, so you know we had to come through with the Tigo bitties. But Twan, how has your week been?
It's been good. It's been good. I finally got my camera so I can stream from my computer now and enjoy all of the lovely technical advantages that y'all have been able to enjoy. Um, and I've also been catching up on some anime.
Ooh, what have you been watching?
I have watched I've caught up on Spy Family. I just haven't seen the last episode that came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I also saw the first 3 episodes of Ruby that I've been excited for.
Oh,
Very
okay.
excited for. Um, I was a little disappointed with a thing or two, but you know what? I'm enjoying the ride, and I'm just happy to see it like really give that like love when it comes to fleshing out some of the story a little bit more too. At least making it a little bit more palatable. for me to digest
Right.
than
Yeah.
before.
More palatable. Yeah, that was right.
Blah.
That was the right word.
Made it easier for me to understand. There you go.
Correct. Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, so that's been cute. How about you?
I started watching some anime, but I don't remember the name of it. I just cannot remember the name of it for the life of me at the moment. But it was weird. I started it, gave it a try, decided I really didn't care for it, turned it off. So, but
What was
then
it about?
it was about like this school, like these kids were in this school and two dimensions clashed, and then like the school and another dimension were like together. I'm not really sure. But that's kind of what it was about. So yeah, I can't remember the name of it. But I started it, I'm gonna start it again and I'll know the name. And then I was trying to find another movie to do another movie night in Discord, but I haven't found
That
anything.
was fun last time.
Yeah, so if y'all have any movies y'all want me to play, let me know so that I can know to
Let's do Grave of Fireflies.
All right. Okay.
Anybody in the chat?
But you gotta cam up though.
What you mean?
Because I want to see who cry first. Remember, we having an ugly cry competition. Like, we supposed to see who cried the ugliest.
I feel like...
Because I feel like it's going to be me, first of all.
I was about to say, I'm going to hold out a lot longer than you, I feel like. And on top of that, I feel like I can keep it together enough to where it's like that real
really
slick,
lean into
manly...
a good cry, though. I lean into it. Like, we just let the snot bubbles come and everything. Thank you, y'all.
Even
I'm glad.
on camera?
Yeah, I don't care. I'm glad y'all like the hat. The only problem is it's hard to talk when your nose is full of snot. So that's like really makes it difficult. I'm glad y'all like the hat. It's I made this for my store. It's on kawaiifortheculture.com. So this is, one of the things I wanted to unveil for DreamCon. But like legit, I be making stuff. I be like, this is cute. I like this. So we have this hat in baby pink and baby blue because Y2K is back in style, y'all. So I'm serving y'all Y2K realness right now. So yes, get your little bucket hat. It's terry cloth. So it's really cute.
Terry, put it in reverse, Terry. Back up, Terry.
Put it in reverse. So we have a lot of interesting conversation lined up for y'all today. I'm just giving people a little bit of time to come in. Like, we're live on YouTube and Twitch today, so I'm just giving people a little bit of time. But I know it's like 4th of July weekend. Are you gonna be eating any barbecue, Twan?
Yeah, it's hard to get through a 4th of July without ingesting some form of barbecue. Even if you're vegetarian, somebody throwing some celery on the grill with some barbecue sauce slathered on it somewhere.
That's when them India people. India, what y'all be eating for barbecue? Cause she be eating.
Them India people.
India, no, she be eating. She be trying to get us to eat fried mushrooms in the Discord.
Ooh, yes, fried mushrooms.
Fried mushrooms.
You ain't never had fried mushrooms?
I like cauliflower. I like the cauliflower wings, or like if you make a stir fry with fried chicken, you can use. So that's my go-to. I've never fried. Yeah, ain't nobody putting no celery on no grill.
Y'all ain't seen that episode of I was about to say Set It Off. That episode of Living Single when Regine went vegetarian.
No.
Everybody was rubbing it in her face.
I feel like I got fat. I feel like I got fat because I just ate a lot of potatoes. Because your girl be hungry.
Yeah.
I just feel like you're just
you gotta do the greens. You gotta do the leafy greens. You gotta do
I do, but I just feel like it's just not enough
flax
food.
seeds.
Oh, see, and you're talking about she eats some barbecue now. Hold on, give me a hamburger. I'll eat it. She's not 100%. Okay. Well, that's
so you was like a sometimes vegetarian.
Sometimes, yes. You got out here on that. I just can't. I just can't do veganism for sure. Tell them about the fried mushrooms. I like fried pickles. Does that count?
Yeah, but no, it's not in the same realm. But like some fried mushrooms, like if you stuff the mushrooms with something, like you do like a little, and I know like if you vegan, you can do like a little vegan cheese with some like different little vegetables in there, and then like bread it, and then
what vegan cheese y'all be?
Some vegan cheese is good. I mean, I can't sit here and list brands, but I've had some. Like, there's a place that delivers at like 3 a.m. I think it's in the Midtown area only, though. But it's called Good As Burgers. And it's like, these are good ass burgers. But
yeah, I just thought about eating ass.
Eating ass?
Yeah, because they said good ass. Like, I just heard that part. And then my mind focused on
because I was like, What you about to eat? Quay eating ass too? These burgers?
No,
They ain't the
I just
same.
like it's just the sound.
I
But I
knew
know they mean
both of
like
those ain't
good
the
ass
same.
burgers, like good burgers.
Mm-hmm. I
Cashew
got you.
cheese, like I'm allergic to nuts, y'all too. So this vegan life is also not for me.
Not for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Right.
protein deficient. Talking about I can't eat no nuts.
I tried to do this like real intense diet. I think it was about a year ago when I was on this 6-week program, and I got great results, but it's not sustainable. I need some kind of diet that'll let me eat a whole pizza and still get the results.
You never tried intermittent fasting?
No,
it's
I
where
haven't,
you
to
like
be
it
honest with
really
you.
works though.
On
You
and
just-
off, on and off.
You just keep all your eating within like 8 hours of the day. 8 hours? Yeah. So like for me, I wake up, I don't eat till 12, but I can have coffee and like I can have an evening tea, like and still like be in a fast space.
That's
so
already my morning.
Yeah, so I
Keep
don't
going.
eat till 12 and then I don't eat after 8.
Don't
That's
eat
it.
after 8. Okay.
So I eat everything in between 12 and 8.
Let me try that. I'm gonna start that.
Yeah,
I'll
it
let y'all
really
know how my
works.
journey
It's
go.
really not that bad. Like for me, the best thing to do, because sometimes it can, like if you don't eat, like you can be hungry in the morning, but get up, drink some water, and then I drink coffee.
I always keep a bottle somewhere.
Yeah, so like I drink a whole cup of water when I first wake up, and then I have coffee, and that generally like I'm not hungry until it's time to eat after that. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
it's
I
easy.
legitimately am gonna try it. I'm gonna start it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's really it's kind of hard at
get
first.
ready
But like I
for
said,
it.
if you get up, you can't just get up and not put nothing in your body. So drink a bunch of water, drink a good cup of water, and then like coffee. And
I used to be bad with that though. I would go a good couple hours without doing anything. Period.
Yeah, and then sometimes I do that too, because like sometimes when it's time to eat, I still don't be eating like that. I don't eat meat all the time. Like if it's pure, no steroids. Yeah. We eat organic. I try to eat organic. I mean, we pretty much do at this point only eat organic meat. So, and I don't give my girls like dairy, like a lot. We do cheese, but like no milk. Because of the hormones, I just didn't want them developing like really early. So I was always
do you like supplement with like calcium pills or something? Or?
I mean, their orange juice has calcium. They take a daily multivitamin and stuff, but like I just never like I always was determined to get like organic chicken and like no, we do almond milk, which because almond milk from the store has such a little percentage of almond, like I can actually drink it, even though I have like a very mild nut allergy. It's just like that's how little almond is actually in it.
Hey, my mom. She used to well, she still does, but I remember like. I would try to cook something for her, and I would be about to bread something, and I look at the regular milk, and I look at the almond milk, and I'm like, I'm not about to use that almond milk.
It ain't. I mean, it don't hit the same. Now, if you do want to substitute, I always tell people if you're substituting out milk in a recipe, I think coconut milk is better. It's just thicker because almond milk is very thin.
Yeah, it's real thin. So I'm like, what I need it for, and which is a lot of stuff that involves anything cream and needs it to be a little thick, like thin it out. Just don't feel like it's gonna produce the same.
Yeah. Hey, Rashawn, welcome to the stream today.
What's up? What's up?
In worst case, like I said, I do Greek yogurt. Like you can do plain Greek yogurt. Like if you're used to having something that's like really thick in milk, you can always sub like Greek yogurt out. Like I just don't do whole milk. Like Greek yogurt has like the probiotics and stuff, so I eat Greek yogurt every day and it's high in protein. So I just feel like if I'm gonna do milk or dairy, like I might as well do something that has some kind of value to it as well. Versus like whole milk to me just doesn't really like. It's like I'm drinking this whole milk, it's gonna fuck my stomach up, and it's not worth it.
It just makes me gain weight.
I mean, it's so bad for so many people.
Yeah.
See, she don't like yogurt. Greek yogurt slaps. I don't know. Y'all better get y'all some Stonyfield.
Got into the yogurt life. I just got into the yogurt life, but I need all the extra. I can't just do yogurt with a spoon. I gotta have my oats. I gotta have my berries. Texture in it. I love like Stonyfield organic whole milk yogurt, Greek yogurt, vanilla with like blackberries or something, like fresh blackberries. Don't get fruit at the bottom because it's like so much sugar. But like with some like fresh fruit, like slaps, and a little bit of honey if you just want to sweeten it. But I find it sweet enough. But like it slaps. I want to eat that right now. I'm hungry. All right, well, y'all
Um,
just got y'all whole nutrition life right now at the beginning of this podcast. I
right. We
hope
was
y'all
not trying
appreciate
to go into this,
it.
but you know what I'm saying? Just a little, if you try fried oyster mushrooms, I'll try yogurt. I mean, I like
Oh, yes,
mushrooms.
oyster mushrooms
Yeah,
too,
I
because
like
yeah,
mushrooms. That's Nova, who's just like absolutely not. But I will definitely try that.
no
And
kind of
then,
mushrooms,
you know what? I don't know.
no kind
I
of
like
mushrooms at
mushrooms.
all. Yeah, I could do like a little shiitake, some
They add
white
a
beach, brown
meatiness too.
beach,
Like I just love
lobster
it.
mushrooms, lion's mane mushrooms. Oof.
There's very few that I don't like. So I don't know. But I would definitely try it and let y'all know. We do. Oh, that being said, we do plan. We talked about maybe doing a mukbang when we go to DreamCon.
To
So
Texas.
yeah, we still got to figure out if there's some place. I want some. I don't know. I just know that it'd probably be a good idea. So we'll see.
It
But I
really
don't
would.
know. She said share your recipes.
For what?
Your recipe. Your recipe.
Just for anything? Because
I guess
for
I don't
fried
know, but I'm
mushrooms.
hungry, y'all. So we're gonna have to start talking about this. Anyway,
And that's very true.
we have been live for I think we can start to get into the discussion. It's been about 15 minutes, and people have come in. So hello, everybody, welcome. So I guess before we go into this, there's a few disclaimers that I should give. One being, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's an 18 or older conversation, but like if you're not over 18, this may be a little much. Um, but I feel like a lot of stuff we be cussing and stuff, so I feel like they probably not around. The other disclaimer being, I'm gonna be completely transparent and say I'm a very empathetic person, but I don't understand a lot of what we gonna be talking about. Twan, is there
Same.
something? Okay, so
Same. Absolutely
this
same.
is a safe space, but like I'm not gonna hold you. Like my tone sometimes and my speed of which
It can
questions
be
come out,
pointed.
it can be a little sharp. So, but I do want to understand, and I know a lot of people here like we do Otaku Talk, and we try to do anime in a relatable way. So I love that our audience is a mix, like people who love anime come through, but a lot of people who watch are just like newer otaku, so maybe don't know about this like subsets, like deep anime culture, right? So I do feel like this is something that we need to talk about, because I've always had those moments where like as an anime fan, when I say I like anime, I was just like, what's the stigma?
Yeah, because you just immediately there is something somebody thinks of. And like when
Yeah,
we talked about this specific topic, it's like to some people, this is what they imagine all anime fans to be about.
right.
That we all practice these things the same.
I mean, it's a little concerning.
Right. Like, please know that there's layers to this. There's layers. Let me explain
Um,
how I ingest this stuff.
right.
Yes.
I mean, okay, well, I guess for people who aren't in the Discord, shout out to the Discord. I posted no, this is not a past video, Jay. This is actually live. We're live. So hello there on the YouTube side. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. But this conversation, so if you're in my Discord, I shared some of our reference points for this conversation this morning. The Discord was confused. I am confusion still.
I am
So
confusion.
I don't even know. I shared an article in a Reddit forum, and that's how this came up, because I am on Reddit. I have a page for Kawaii Breed on Reddit as well. So I go over there and like stuff just come up, because it's anime stuff, and I'm just like, what is this? I don't have words
This
for
is
what
we doing.
this is what we doing. So for those of you who don't know, well, should we do waifu first? I think we have talking points. So let's just talk about waifus. So this show's about waifus and husbandos. So Twan, you want to start off the conversation about waifus?
So, like, if without just like looking it up, when I think of waifu, I imagine it to be someone in some kind of a make believe genre, normally anime, that you have an affinity for. So, somebody that you really enjoy, somebody that makes your heart do a little anime flutter. For me, I've had a couple of those waifus and husbandos. But it's just the buck stops at admiration.
Right. Also, yeah, like I have Tengen, as everybody knows. You know what? I'm feeling it. He's my waifu. I don't care if he is a man. So Tengen is my waifu. And for me, it's like, yeah, I love Tengen, but like it kind of stops there. Like this is a very like grounded in, he is 2D. Literally, if he
Mhm.
existed in 3D, I probably wouldn't even find him attractive.
Well,
Right?
vicious. Vicious.
Vicious, right? We see how 3D interpretations of a 2D character can go. If y'all haven't seen us talk about Cowboy Bebop, we did that really early on in our podcast life. So there is a video for that, and we was dragging Vicious because he like handsome Squidward.
Disrespect.
Rashawn said, "I'm husband material." No, you're not, because you're not 2D. You're not 2D.
Yeah, it gotta be a fictional character for all that.
Yeah, it gotta be fictional.
That's just a regular husband.
Right, but I think we're also very aware that these characters wouldn't really look good in real life, right?
A lot of them probably wouldn't. Now
Right.
there's been some adaptations that's been like, okay, that's.
I mean, and then I kind of don't count cosplayers because they do extreme makeup and stuff to make them look like the character, but that doesn't look good in real life necessarily. Like,
I'm just saying, like, I don't know why you wouldn't consider cosplay, because that is, what that person could look like, with the makeup and all that stuff. And there's some high cosplayers out there.
But the fact that no human can exist in that state without extraneous makeup,
doing all that extra,
means that, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't seek that in your life, because you would literally have to be with a person that literally is in cosplay all the time,
24/7. 24/7.
It's not
and
obtainable.
That's not realistic, baby.
They said nobody has ever seen me in 3D. Rashawn, we're gonna fight.
But that's like, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
But like, okay, so, well, I don't know. We're gonna get there, because that brings up the topic of like I saw in this article they was talking about what is it, maid cafes. And it's like so they go to a cafe and the waitresses are like dressed up in like the maid outfits, and they're not really portraying any anime character from an anime. They're just like, I guess, original characters, or they act real like waifu-esque. Like they stay in character the entire time. So it, like the article said, people come in there and some people even fall in love with some of these characters. But that's when it starts to get like real creepy for me, because you start entering that whole players club realm of thinking where you can't separate yourself from the reality of things. Start stalking people. Like, where does the line get drawn?
Yeah, so I just feel like, I mean, there is, like I said, I linked the article in the Discord, so if you're not in my Discord, whisper me, message me, and
the ghetto.
And you can read the whole article. It's long. I'm not gonna read it here online, but it talks about waifu. It's a good article. That one doesn't really get into the part we're talking about. It just kind of talks about what is waifu culture, where does it come from. It actually does a pretty good breakdown, I feel like, of like waifu culture and stuff like that, without any of the extra stuff we about to get into, right? Like, did you get the chance to read it? I think it does a good like job.
Yeah. It breaks the stuff like their origin, characteristics, what it means sexually in their relationship.
Right.
It does break it down pretty. It makes it understandable a little bit more for me.
Right. Why you say for me like that? It was kind of like a for me. What was that?
Because I can see how some people would still read this and be like, okay, but what?
Yes.
And I'm reading it because I can't just put myself in this position. I can't understand the mindset of someone that actually has a legitimate relationship with a fictional character. I'm not talking about just like, oh, they so cute, or oh, I got a poster on my wall.
Right.
These people legitimately consult their anime wife before making decisions. All decisions they make, it passes through a filter of, would my anime wife be appreciative or approve of this? Would she be disappointed? And that legitimately affects their decision making skills.
Yeah,
Which, if you.
But how are you?
Listen.
I don't. How are you in a legitimate relationship with a character who can't interact with you? Cause like we're not, like I said,
But they are though.
we've established
here.
normal waifu culture, which is like they're cute. I like them. If they on a t-shirt, I'm probably gonna pick it up. If they're
Probably more than
like
likely.
that's kind of the extent. I feel like when we started to get into the arousal territory is where we're starting to cross into another realm, because I think there's a difference from like being attracted to something to being aroused by something. Like, I think women are attractive, but I am not aroused by women. So like there is a difference. Like,
no, I fully agree with that, because even with straight guys, and they're like, oh well, you ask a straight dude if somebody else is handsome and they like choose to flip out and be like, oh, that's a nigga, bro, oh no.
Right.
You know if somebody is conventionally attractive or not. You don't have to be aroused or turned on by that person to know that they're attractive. Yeah,
right.
I fully agree
because
with
the
that.
arousal part is where we start getting into sexuality and sexual identities and stuff like that.
Right.
So like I said, you can be straight. Like I identify as straight, but I do find women attractive. Like, I'm to the point I would probably turn my head and be watching her like, oh damn, she a baddie. Like, like that. But that's kind of where that's kind of where it starts and stops for me. So we're talking about these people who are aroused by these anime characters. It's a little weird for me.
Same. I can't fully just wrap my head around it. Not when there's so much flesh out here in the world.
Yeah, because then there's this thing of like, these are exaggerated characters. Like, they have features that are exaggerated in a way that like a human literally could not like physically do. So like there's also this issue of like, you're setting a standard that like literally no human can obtain. Yeah.
100%.
It's kind of like, how can it makes me question a person, because I'm like, these are the people, like, you're as a woman, you deal with people objectifying you or just kind of having that energy of like, be quiet, shut up, and just be in the back and like do things when I want you to do things for me. And I feel like this is that to the extreme, like to the point where literally you don't even require active participation from the person you're in a relationship to feel like you're in a relationship with them. Like, does that make sense?
A lot of 100%. There's a lot of underlying things that I feel like come from having this be your sole relationship romantically.
Right.
There's a lot of things that trickle down from this. Like, granted, it might not, like this article is saying that for everybody, it's not something that's deep seated in delusion or it's not rooted in something antisocial, but like, I feel like those things can come from this. Like, if you're not a person out here living in your regular life, 9 to 5, going to work, going out to lunch with your friends and everything, but if you're like, so if you don't have that many relationships and the strongest one in your life is one of a 3D model, I feel like that's going to hinder the way you communicate in life, the way you talk to people, your expectations of people and relationships and friendships, because you sitting here talking all kind of crazy to your wife who can't respond. Who don't have an opinion really, besides one that you think she might have, which is one you're creating. So it's like,
you just projecting a whole personality on this person. This character. Not a person. This character. He said, what's going on in the background? We are leaning into the waifu energy today. We got the jiggle mechanics. Jiggle
physics.
Yeah, jiggle. Just wait till you catch a transition, okay? We here for it. We're here for it. So how about we start talking about this Reddit that we stumbled upon?
Okay.
I don't have it pulled up. I thought about screen sharing it, but I want to protect the identity of the people in the Reddit, because to their defense, that was their space. They were in the waifu subreddit, so I'm not gonna put their usernames and stuff out there. So we'll just kind of read, and if y'all caught me reading bad fanfic on Wattpad, y'all know I'm not about to be the one to read this post. Twan's gonna have to do it, because I literally remember the Wattpad show? You don't remember that?
I do, which is, and if we remember correctly, a lot of our viewers did not get to see you fully do that. So I feel like it's only right if you just kick us off.
I can't. Y'all literally won't be able to understand it.
Matter of
'cause we
fact, no.
laughing
How
so
about this?
hard.
How about I start? That way you get time to warm up. I'll read the intro to this, and then you read
I
the
gotta
response.
read
Okay, let's go.
okay.
Let's go.
Okay,
Okay.
well, how about we alternate? You read one response, I'll read the next, and then whoever gets that last one just kind of get it. You
Fine.
scared? Okay.
So this says
I need to
this
find
is a
it
Reddit
again.
post from the name will not be read. How do you have sex with your waifu? I fully believe this is a 100% legitimate question because there are
Right.
also 100% legitimate answers down here. But this says
100.
so. Yeah, says so. ... And this was 2 years ago, so this ain't like
Hopefully they have moved
like
on and-
80s or nothing.
Right.
They haven't. They probably
He
have
said
used
they
the advice.
haven't. The way
They
you
probably have
said it,
used
like
the
I
advice.
just know you don't have no real girlfriend even still.
No, because they are legitimately looking for answers, and they got a very detailed one, and I think they're using that to this day. So it says, so ... Me and my waifu, Shantae, got some flavor there, have been together for a while now, and I was wondering how should I have sex with her since she technically is a fictional character, and it's not going to be like how you do it with a regular girl. So like, I need some advice. I think it could be useful to know.
And then I like how they say it technically. Like, no, she is not. This isn't a technicality.
100%.
Like,
this is a fictional character.
Period.
There will be no physical interaction. There will be no AI behind this.
There won't even be conversations.
There won't.
And that's like Shy Cutie said, like, oh, that's like the dude in that movie Her. I'm like, no, because at least in Her, the AI was talking to him and conversing with him and saying his name and an active part of his life.
Right.
This anime character only exists in their show.
Because I'm not gonna lie, since I was a kid and they brought up the idea of like artificial intelligence, that idea has been mulled over in my brain a lot. If I would actually like be even considerate of that, like I think it was Appleseed that really turned me in the direction of like, this is something you have to actually consider in the time if it becomes real, because these are like real people, not real people, but like quote unquote, they like functioning limbs, they talk, they have thoughts, they can reason, they have aspirations.
It's just too much.
You never know.
AR's in the YouTube chat saying, what? Crying emoji. Just use your hands. See, but this is not just about getting your rocks off. And I do want to establish that. Like, for these people, this isn't just about getting a nut.
Right.
Like, this is a relationship.
Through and through.
Yeah. So, like, we need to keep
what your last girlfriend was to you, this is exactly what S Death from Comment Got Killed is to this man. Right.
So the next response, so there's some people who did respond. There's a comment that was deleted, so I can't really see like what they were responding to. He said even worse. Yeah, it's pretty bad, AR. Well, I probably ignored the sex toy part, but for the creative mind part, that would be very useful since I'm actually creative and come up with very unique ideas. I'm glad that you agree that Shantae is an amazing waifu. She's really cute. I don't even know who this character is, and I'm scared to even Google her.
I do want to know Shantae. Like, I don't.
Hey, Mr.
That name
He said, can you?
familiar.
If it's like one of them little, we have this thing about the small women. If I find out.
No, please don't let this be Shantae.
These people are in a monogamous relationship with their waifus. Yeah, which we're gonna get to that problem as well. What anime is she from?
Just type in Shantae anime character and look at the first thing that pops up.
Okay, chat. Y'all, if y'all want to know who this character is, it's Shantae. So if you want to know, I'm not gonna put her picture up because, like I said, this is partially like one of my biggest gripes with the otaku anime community, and I just don't want to like have this
hands down is the biggest gripe.
Not like this.
What is she from? See,
this is a child,
and
this is a child.
See, this is like, I feel like all of these dudes who hang out in these people, like, this is my problem. See, you don't like the adult women, which is why you need to be in this waifu relationship, because See, you're after something that you know is not acceptable. Like, I feel like these
It's
people, to
not.
some degree, need to be on a
Hey,
watch
blood.
list.
You
Like,
niggas is certified boosie ass weirdos, blood.
right? Like, you need to be on a watch list. I don't care. You need to be on a watch list.
I don't know how to. Yeah. And we said this before on this podcast. This is the reason I stopped watching that Afureta anime to the point where I still don't know how to say his name and I don't give a fuck. The Mokubu Tensei, whatever.
all
Fuck
them.
that anime. All those. It's just there's no excuse why these people can't be adults. At least these are fictional characters. I get it, but why are they modeled after children?
And why are those always the ones that people want to waifu up?
And why? Because there are some anime waifus that are adult.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You see them all
Right.
the time. But a large majority of the motherfuckers that be having these posters, they are of children with their knees up where you can see clear right up their skirt.
Yeah.
That's
Or
it.
women.
Just,
Okay,
that just be it.
we'll say just to be technically. What they say is, well, technically, sometimes the character is an adult. She's a demon and she's 3,000
Oh, yeah,
years
she's
old.
3,000
but
years
she's,
old.
you know, but she has the build of a freaking little girl. You know what I'm saying?
So walking past this 3,000-year-old demon, you would know that off top?
Right.
Hmm.
So, you know, I say, look at these characters at your own risk. So they're trying to figure out how to do this, okay? And so the people in the Reddit are like talking about this. And some of them we'll just kind of glaze through. And some of them were saying stuff like, you know, I just cut a hole in a picture of them and put something on the other side. Glory hole tees. Some of them.
Hole in a watermelon.
Yeah, hole in a watermelon, American pie tees. But there was one. In particular, a hole in the hentai
think you
pic. Somebody
clever.
said they have the body pillows. I don't know if y'all saw my thumbnail for this show. They have
Not
body
like
pillows
this.
with boobs on them.
Not like this.
Not like this, right? Right.
That was
They
every
have
time it
they
becomes
have
not
pillows
like
with
this.
boobs on them with these characters. You flip one side, she regular for your parents to come in the room and just think you got an anime girl pillow, but when you turn it on the other side, it's the itchy pillow, and it's just like So we get to the bottom, and I'm just gonna flash y'all my phone and make sure but just this is a dissertation, okay, on how to really lean into weirdo mode. It's about any
Not
link
Yella,
for the
any link.
pillows. Now, Yella, this is the thing. I was researching for this show. I'm gonna
Of
just
course,
take a
Yella
little
want this
segue.
pillow.
Right. I'm researching for this show. Now that ended up on the weird side of the internet, and I hate it there. And I had to. Me and Twan was on the phone talking about this because we talk about the shows, and I felt so. I was like, I have to put a full disclaimer in my voice for the FBI. Because if the FBI is not clocking this conversation right now because of the stuff I'm looking at, I don't know what they doing.
What was I Googling? And then the Google auto corrected it to something else.
Right, and then it
I
started
can't
auto
remember.
correcting to
But it was
what
like some free anime stuff.
right.
And
That
I was
thread
like,
went
not
on
damn
too
fully.
long. Right, that thread did go on too long. So this one guy, he had left a whole. I'm assuming a guy, cause really, but I don't know. It's probably not gonna focus because my lights, too many ring lights, too many lights. It's not gonna show it.
Mhm.
But it's long.
But
It takes up my
it's a
whole
good-
screen. Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes up my
Granted,
whole screen.
there's like no periods and nothing but commas, but this would be a good like 12, 13 sentences.
Right. And welcome, Yella, for this. We'll get y'all the link for these pillows. But I'm gonna tell y'all, I saw that little My Little Pony one, and I was like, you niggas,
fiddling these pillows.
you Negroes know no bounds. Why is there a
Oh,
sexy
yeah,
My
the
Little Pony pillow? A pony?
And it's two-sided. It ain't the same image on the front and back.
Why?
It is not the same image on the front and back.
Okay. So this person,
anything walking and breathing. That's all these niggas.
but
need.
no, because you don't want a human. These things aren't walking. They
Hey,
don't
blood.
exist.
Oh, that's true.
You niggas is
I feel
certified
like we're gonna hit this Tommy
boosie ass
B sound alert a
weirdos, blood.
lot during this stream. So I'm gonna read this for y'all, okay? So if you have any little ones who are listening, please. I mean, they probably just gonna be like, "That's weird," but it's starting. I can't. I use 2 symmetrical rectangular trapezoid cushions that have the thickness and height of a human body. I can't read this with a straight face. When I lay them in my bed, the fabric covers them and seems soft enough that it feels like skin, depending on how aroused I am. I lay them on the bed, and there's a gap between them, and I'm just gonna say hump away. If I try to
Hump
join
away.
the cushions with parts, like he try to squeeze the cushions so that it feels nice, and they're getting that experience as they're
I love the way he's navigating this.
humping.
He's getting the experience.
He's getting the experience. I saw Shaquille say that guy got really creative with the pillows. Imagine using an iota of that for an actual real life relationship or even just a career.
Nah, this way. Well, let me see. He gets the experience. It says it feels amazing when one is urged for that kind of contact. So he's saying it feels the best when you're the most deprived. That's what this is saying. I put a soft rag in the area because it makes it feel better and protects the cushion fabric from getting messed by my earliness.
Okay.
Let's call it earliness. I can lay over the cushions as if it's simulating another human body. When I lay on them, they go from my shoulders to my crotch. I put 2 pillows in the area where my head goes to rest more comfortable, and it feels or simulates as if my head is resting on a pair of boobs most of the time. The cushions deform a bit due to them supporting most of my body weight, but they still keep a decent amount of height. But it took me a lot to this is the really bad part. It took me a lot of time to learn how to use them. Also, I only learned to use them strictly when feeling the urge to get physical, and they don't look suspicious or as some kind of stress relief sometimes. So he's saying he doesn't do this often, but it took him a long time. You know, they say it takes 10,000 hours to become a professional at something.
It's about 10,000 hours of pillow humping.
And he said he's put in the work to finally master this.
Oh my God. He's talking about use 2 chopsticks in here. Y'all wilding, okay? This is supposed to be a safe space. He talking about to use my coupon code trapezoid cushions. Yellow said, I hear a lot of kink shaming from 2 people who was talking about tentacles a few weeks ago. We're talking about strictly. Would you miss the first part of the conversation?
Did I say tentacles is mine? No, I was kink shaming those people too.
But no, we already established in the front that like you watching something and just happening completely like this is what I'm watching it, whatever. We're not in a relationship with a tentacle monster. I'm not in a relationship with a tentacle monster.
That part. Now, and I also, let me give my personal disclaimer. Listen, and I'm talking to you, man out there who is legitimately married to Mikasa. I tell you to live your life the best way you know how. Find comfort in the things that bring you joy. Don't hurt nobody else. You really ain't got to bring us into it. Just live your life. That's where I'm coming from. This ain't from a place of judgment. It's coming from a place of understanding. I'm trying to get to a place where I see how this is benefiting you. And you know what? All the best to you, bruh. No judgment on this side of the
there's
screen.
Judgment.
This side
I'll
of the
speak
screen.
for your side of the screen.
And this is as long as they're not children as well.
But see, we already know. That's why the judgment is here, because we already know who his waifu is. And we
know who this person's waifu is, absolutely.
Right. And so this wasn't a pillow site, y'all. This is just a Reddit forum, and they were talking about different ways they simulate intimacy with their waifus. And so I found this, and it was just like really confusing to me. And I just kind of, like you said, we don't typically kink shame, but it's just like, this is my issue with it. Like, y'all are doing this because you can't go after what you're attracted to, which to me, I feel like it's young girls.
I can't blame you for coming to that conclusion, because all signs point to it.
All signs point to you're weird.
All signs feel like it points to it.
I know that we're in the otaku space, and I touch bases with a lot of people who are otakus, and maybe some of them are into this, but we not the same. I just want to put that disclaimer out there. We're not the same.
She's like, baby, this cloth, we not it's two different kinds.
We can conversate and we can converse, not about this because you get drugged live. But if that's what you want, feel free. But you would never be around my children.
No. No barbecues, no picnics, no spelling bees, no graduations. You stay your ass right at home. You email your gift. Gift cards, those can be emailed nowadays. Don't even ship nothing because you probably did something to the packaging.
So everybody in the chat, let me first of all put a 1 if this is the first time you're ever hearing of this phenomenon. So put a 1 if this is the first time you're ever hearing of this phenomenon. And also, like, let me get my talking points because I forgot. I had a question in particular. So what do you think? What kind of personality?
I'm verbally putting my ones in.
Yeah, one. What do you think is some of the personality traits of people that you think are inclined to this, besides the fact that you like little kids covertly? What else do you think are some of the things
outside of pedophilia?
Outside of you just being a fucking weirdo. What yeah.
To me, the first thing that comes to mind,
Hey, blood.
and this article,
You niggas is certified boosie ass weirdos, blood.
I'll tell you, this article is specifically pointing out to people that it is not all the time some kind of social anxiety or social disadvantage people have when it comes to communicating. But to me, that's the first thing I think of, because I just don't. I can understand the characteristics of a certain character on an anime being appealing or something that you wish other people could have, but to the point where this person is so perfect to you that this is like this is the person I have to commit myself to, because these are commitments, people. We're not talking about your everyday fans of characters. We're talking about the people that are committing. They are living their life solely for this anime character. That brings questions to me. Like, what is it about actual humans that is just not doing it for you? Is it the fact that they are combative? Is it the fact that they have opinions? Is it the fact that they don't give you everything you want, when you want it, how you want it? Like, there's something there. Answer it for me.
Good point. That last one, because you want to be in a relationship with a human. They have human emotions and thoughts, and they're sentient beings. Yeah, chat, drop some adjectives to describe people that you think. I'm just curious to see what y'all think. True, you can drop some adjectives that you think, some descriptive words that you think would make a person have a leaning to this,
Creepy,
this kind of behavior.
Isolation, desperation,
psycho. I think that's also a good one. Lust. I mean, and like I say, I don't like. I just didn't think musty, corn chips, vinegar is giving. I don't shower.
Anger.
It's giving my mother's basement. With no AC.
It's giving. I thought I told you to order the other kind of Hot Pockets, Ma.
Yes.
No, kitty, that's a bad kitty. That's my pie.
It's giving dark room.
Kind of vibes.
It's definitely giving dark room. It's giving.
Hold on, because I'm in a dark room.
No, like when we talking about you in your mom's humid basement with no AC.
Ooh.
In the dark.
The humidity of it all.
Maybe they have. I do think, like, realistically, they do have like some kind of stunted development, because I just don't feel like a well-adjusted man or female. We gonna, but most of these are
we gonna spread the love, but all of these in the comments are dudes.
Right. So, like, I just don't see a well-adjusted man who could get. Because, like, for me, my question was, well, why not just get a real hole and then just close your eyes and imagine real hard that it's the character? Which seems to me like it would feel much better, and you would at least have an active...
Disguise it in a role play.
And you would have an active participant, right? Which can't be... I mean, it has to be miles better than humping trapezoid pillows.
And wasn't there a section of this where it was asking, like, how do they get consent? Like, how do I get consent?
Yeah, and then I rolled across, and I could not for the life of me find it, but it kind of just, how you like find something, you like, this can't be real life, and then you just like go to like do some data collection real quick, and it was just like, how do I get consent from my waifu?
The fact that you gotta ask. A
donut hole. It puts the lotion on the skin, right? And this is the thing, because Twan, on the side, I do hang around like manosphere people, talking points and stuff like that, and it's a lot of these kind of dudes in them spaces, and like I feel like what you do in the dark comes off you. Like, I may not know what you do, but I just know it's weird. And that's what it's like when people be like, well, they're not into you because you like anime. No, they don't like you because you humping pillows in your room pretending it's small anime people.
Trapezoid pillows. Yeah.
Did you just say find
No,
a
that
real woman and pretend it's a wife? I'm not saying that's good, but I'm just saying if we're talking, if you
right.
going to that level of imagination, surely if you was with a real woman, you could just close your eyes and imagine it was the character, right?
But there's something stopping you from doing that. Like that's the thing. Like, well, I want to know where is the separation? Where is the line that was crossed where you was like, I can't do these breathing bitches no more. I can't do
Not
these.
these breathing bitches.
I can't do these live action hoes. I need an action. I need to actually like just. She checks all the boxes. She checks all the boxes. So this is what I need to do from now on. This is
What are the
because they said
boxes?
some
She
people
can't
even they
speak.
even she values Nakama above all else.
Like, what are you talking? He said, did you just say find real women? I mean, yeah, that's my point. Like, obviously, if they could do that, they would. That's my point, Rashawn. Like, the fact that they're not doing that means that they can't.
Mm-hmm. And I would love two chopsticks. I would love to. I told you this before we decided to actually do this show. I was like, when we were just shooting the shit about it, like I would love to actually sit down with one of these people that are married to an anime character, and I would absolutely, number one, just like hide this episode so they don't see all the judgment right away. So we can sit down and actually have a actually coherent conversation, because I would love to just dig into it and ask legitimate questions like, at what point did you decide this was it for you? You know, and
Not on your Oprah tease. Hold on, you'll be back in one.
No, really.
Not on your Oprah stuff.
Really, when we can, I actually can skip the whole sex part because I ain't got to dig into that with you.
That would have to be a
but I want
solo
to know.
show because I got nothing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be there for it. I wouldn't be there for it, but I want to know all the stuff around it. I definitely want to know all the stuff around it.
Let's not completely rule out the she can't speak part. Sounds good to me. Yella, I hate you. But isn't it similar to what? No, it's not. I don't think it is. Let's talk about that. Do you think this is similar to solo pleasure? We gonna use the hub term. Solo milling, solo female. Is this the same?
I don't think in this context. I think when it comes to a certain specific type of, I guess, subsection of these, interests, like the people that aren't, if you're not over here legitimately in a relationship with this character in your brain, if you are just out here, like you think this anime character is attractive and you just, taking care of yourself over a picture or something. Yeah, that's you masturbating, you got weird kinks, or you have kinks. Not weird, you have kinks. That's your thing. But what I'm talking about, what we were talking about, is the people that are legitimately in a relationship. And so that I don't actually consider masturbation, because you are, in your brain, this is a whole person that influences your life and your decisions. So I don't think of that as masturbation, because that's what you're talking about.
Friends with benefits. But that's why I dropped the autosexual thing too, because I think a lot of people would say is that, but when you talk to people who are autosexual, or I don't know any, but in the video when he was interviewing the autosexual people, they're like, no, this isn't the same. Like, I'm aroused by myself. Like, I don't think people, like, when you're solo pleasuring, you're not necessarily aroused by yourself.
Yeah,
like, it's kind of either function, or you may be aroused by an external source.
There's some external,
yeah. So, but once again, they're making love to these characters as well. Like, this isn't
in the
just
autosexual situation, it is the same thing as this. It's just yourself. Like, you can almost be yourself just on the out, like on a like
you
you're
saying like this
yourself.
waifu thing is like autosexuals.
Yeah, except for the waifu is just replaced with yourself. Because they're marrying themselves, they're attracted to themselves, they pleasure themselves to themselves.
Because like at least the autosexuals know it's themselves.
That's true.
It's just
maybe
me
the
in the
waifu
mirror
thing is
by
worse,
myself.
because if I'm sitting here doing pros and cons, the biggest con that I keep seeing is that there's imagery of children when I'm looking at your relationship on the outside looking in.
Right.
It looks like you're in a relationship with a child. So let me go ahead and just say this one.
He's talking about weirdos. I'm not aroused by myself to the point where I have to do something about it. Like, I don't know. I'm not aroused by myself. I'll be like, I'm cute or whatever, but I'm not gonna be sitting in the mirror having whole sessions like, ooh, look at you.
Not you dragging Tweet.
Yeah, I blame Tweet. Yeah, I blame Tweet. What y'all saying? It sounds like next level. You're not aroused. Let's see y'all some. So I'm gonna screen share some of these pillows, y'all. It doesn't help if they're walking around See, that's the whole thing. I don't believe in that, it doesn't help them if they're walking around with their boobies out like the background picture. I kind of don't, that's a whole nother conversation about like, it's, how they say if a woman dresses this way, then she's gonna get this outcome. And I just don't believe that to be true. Those boobies are distracting. Just wait till you see this transition. But I don't necessarily think that has anything to do with it. I think this is a self-regulation problem, period. Like, we all
And
see
that's what I
boobies.
always
It's
say in those
2022.
situations.
I'm gonna go on Instagram right now and see titties. Like,
Right. Showing off your body doesn't give people green passes to
right. You talking about back there just floating and stuff, yes. So I'm gonna switch over to our share screen so that I can show y'all some of these body pillows, okay? Can't do it with a straight face. I thought I was gonna be able to do it. Look at Rashawn comment. I'm gonna let the chat gather themselves while I pull up the screen share.
it's the fact that we're dragging these people, but you're also providing the
We all know why
bait.
we're here, right? No, I mean, we like some jiggly anime, movies. I mean, yeah, y'all remember the Doja Cat video?
As long as we ain't putting no ring on it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to wipe up I like anime boob physics. I just think it's amazing. It's crazy. It's just not ever gonna happen in real life. Let's see.
Did you see the comments about people that were what was it called?
What?
You
talking about in the
waifu phobic or something like that?
No, what are you talking about? Here?
I'm gonna find it.
Okay. He's talking about not the chat. He's talking about, wow. I'm here for the conversation. It's okay, waifuism. It's always okay to have a conversation.
I think y'all were talking about this. I think y'all were talking about this in the Discord.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, yeah. When we were just making up new things to be like mad about.
Yeah, that shit was cracking me up. I want to find it though.
We did kind of lose
it was something phobia.
I'm gonna make this big real quick. So I'm gonna just show y'all. Look at these. They got all kind of pillows, y'all.
Good.
I know what you're talking about, Twan. Yeah, when we was talking about, we came up with new. Yeah, see now.
Oh
now,
my god, the Nezuko ones.
Okay, tentacle people out here. They got all kind of foolishness, y'all. This is a whole subset of.
Hold on, not the Hisoka. Oh, is that Gojo? Hold on.
Not the kid from Paradise Lost. Something really wrong with you.
Gojo?
I just feel like purchasing some of these should just put you on a list.
Wait, but like the Gojo one though.
Oh, you trying to see the Gojo one? Where? This one? Over here? That one?
The
you
very
see what
top.
I'm saying?
That was kind of
and so usually, on the front, like I said, on the front is like the picture of the character and the way you expect them. And usually on the back side is where the more X-rated one is. And then some of them have boobs built into them.
Bitch, what?
That's what tripped me out.
Not the B-Stars one.
Bitch, what?
Right. See, this is problematic for me.
The ones with the built-in boobs, we just taking it way too far.
We've taken it to the place where we can't come back, guys. That's the one that's on my thumbnail.
It's like the upgrade from the boyfriend pillow, back in the day.
Right.
They had the little arm around it, so like you can nestle in between the arm.
Oh, not me. Didn't put the chat box in here. But so I just wanted to show y'all those so y'all get an idea of kind of what we're talking about. And I think, like, even though I'm trying not to show a lot of imagery, I do want y'all to see like why it's problematic. And I think it's one thing to say it, but then like when you see something, it's kind of like, oh, this is problematic. I mean, like you said, you got the little chick from My Little Pony. How you got a pony on there? Who is buying this? They got some with a hole in it.
I bet they sold out too.
I would get the Danny DeVito one though. I'm just kidding.
I'm not even lying to y'all. The Gojo one was pretty cute.
So show
I'm not
Shantae.
marrying that pillow.
He said, "I'm not showing Shantae." I told y'all can Google Shantae if y'all
Shantae.
want.
It was. I mean, it's not like the image itself is bad. It's just a animated little girl. It's a little black girl. I think she's a little black girl.
Right,
but yeah,
so
she looks like she's like fucking 10.
But
you over here married to her, and now you posting on Reddit trying to figure out how to have sex with this animated character.
Right. He said, those are pillows with anime people. Yeah, I would start a Shopify shop full of anime body pillows and sell the data to the FBI. Exactly. He said it's anime, so Rashawn wants us to show it. My phone is not gonna
Yeah, it's not. I don't. It's not a bad image. It's just what it
what
represents.
it's like
that
the
this man
inference.
is.
It's like the point A to B connection that I'm not so like.
Yeah, I show,
hype.
but I can't share my screen. I don't think I can anyway.
Let's see. I can show it, but then I'm gonna have to go back. Let's see to the share screen. Let me pull it up. But like I said,
wait, yeah, I can share your
Oh, you
screen.
can?
You want me to do it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the Discord, right?
Yeah. I was like, wait, I can do that.
It's gonna change. Let me go into studio mode so I can adjust it without changing the thing. So this brings out a deeper conversation about men. I mean, I think so, but it's one of those conversations that's hard to have, because if you were to talk to these people, they would say that they're not into that. You know what I mean? I feel like it's definitely like a repressed thing. So I do think it's a deeper conversation that needs to have. I don't see any screen share on Discord.
I'm new to this.
Usually you have to push the little arrow button, but maybe you can't because I'm screen sharing, probably. That's probably what it is. I'll pull her up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's probably just because we're gonna do a little booby transition real quick. 1 second, y'all.
I got a question.
Wow.
Oh, actually. All right, y'all. Let me pull this up. Why is it not just showing my window capture? There you go. There you go.
Yeah, this is his
her.
wife.
Yeah.
This is his I mean, I guess consensual at this point. They seem to have been together for a while. You think it's consensual? Did he gain consent from Shantae?
How can you get consent from a character, a person, or a thing that doesn't exist? I'm trying to pull my phone out for my talking points because there is something I wanted to make sure we get to.
Do y'all think he got consent because it is built within her character profile? Like she's the type to be able to just fall in love with anyone, so he assumes that she would have no problem being in a relationship with him and his old ass. So
I hear it online. The state says that the age of consent is 16 and a 47-year-old can do whatever. This is problematic. So like for me, I do feel like the one thing I can say is I feel like this subculture does point out, because I think this is just happening, and I feel like this is just one of those things that like if they happen to like anime, then this is the way in which it manifests for them. But like pervy dudes are just out here existing, and they're not all into this. So I mean, it is something that I think we know is,
you niggas is certified boozy
we know this is going
weirdos,
on.
blood.
Like we know this is happening, but it's also something we don't really talk about.
I'm a child.
So let's see. I'm just reading through the talking points.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think this does create like a feedback loop. We kind of talked about the feedback loop because you're socially awkward, so you can't connect to people. So you kind of sink into this kind of subculture, and then it makes you weirder. Because
but in ways that you don't even really realize. So then it becomes well, why am I like the one being talked about, or why am I like getting this reaction from people? But it's like kind of acting weird, bro.
Right. I think people can feel that, and like I said, I feel like I mean, you know, we both are anime fans. I know you said you don't really have a lot of like face-to-face contact with a lot of like anime fans who are like, maybe this is why some anime fans are in the closet, because they're in shit like this. But like, I've only met a few. I've met men who say they have waifus, but like I said, I don't know the extent to which that goes for them, knowing that this exists. But like I said, I think ultimately at the root of it all, this is somebody who maybe they didn't grow up. I don't know how one ends up being stunted in growth. Like maybe they just have a smothered, like a life that's really. I'm sure there's some psychological thing that has been studied that makes people more inclined to be attracted to people younger than them because of like stunted growth and social development and stuff like that. And I mean, we can say that it does exist a lot in the anime, you know, otaku kind of culture. I'm not really sure why. Do we have any idea why those people are like drawn to anime per se? Do you think it's like escapism or?
It could be. And you know, the thing about escapism, it kind of speaks to what you were just saying about stunted growth. You can, retreat so much into an area like anime and really mold all your interest and your free time and all that type of stuff in that format. So you never really get out and grow and mature with regular conversation and knowing how to respond and have actual dialogue and a ping pong when it comes to conversation. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I feel like
Right.
that is exactly the case. Like we were just saying, like it doesn't just stop there with you.
Right.
You having your fully committed marriage and that's it. No, I feel like it definitely falls into other categories and facets of your life that you don't even realize.
Right, the chat went off. He said, I try to be understanding, but I love to believe this is just a cartoon thing, but I can't help think it goes offline. I also agree. I do think this is probably somewhere where somebody who knows that it's wrong, so they really try to repress it, and this is their outlet. If that's the lens at which we're looking at it, because of course I don't want these people to exist on the face of the earth if that's the truth of the matter, but is having this outlet better for them? Do you think having this outlet is better for them? Because if you desire something that's socially completely unacceptable,
I just don't want to know about it, to be honest with you. It's one of those things where I'll say it again, you do what makes you happy and what makes you keep moving forward in life and what brings you happiness and joy. Just keep it to you. Okay, if it's over here touching on these little girl pillows, I judge you fully, and I don't want you nowhere near me, but I'm not about to crucify you. You just keep that over there. Keep that
at
over
the
there.
house,
And
don't involve any other human.
Don't ever in your life decide to venture out and get that same thing, but from a real child, then under the jail, life sentence.
He said, Yella is out here tomorrow. Can we send R. Kelly a pillow? My boy gonna need it. He gonna be somebody. He need where he needs to be. He said, is it the same when people are in relationships with celebrities they never met? I mean, if it's to this degree, I guess it's the same.
Yeah,
like I said,
to this degree.
The main thing for me that is problematic, which could be with celebrities, is just that the people in which this group of people like to waifu up is just problematic. There are some really overtly sexual grown adult characters, but somehow this ain't the ones y'all want to wife up.
That's the thing. Like, this whole conversation for me would be fully surrounded in giggles and laughs and jokes, but then you put the only element that's really giving me a whole full halt, like a full middle finger to this whole category of people, is the image of the people that y'all are attracted to. You know what I'm saying? That you are marrying. If this was a celebrity, I mean, granted, it's obviously weird and you're a stalker if you out here really thinking you married to Bradley Cooper or somebody, you know what I'm saying? But if it was if you were obsessed with Catherine Dunst, isn't it Catherine Dunst?
Yeah, Kirsten Dunst, when she was when she was in
Dunst.
Lolita.
When she,
there are men who are into Lolita culture.
If your thing is that 10-year-old that's apparently 300, I'ma judge you, and I fully don't want you, like you said, near any of my younger family or future children. Don't let me catch you.
You need to be on a list somewhere.
It's the same
he said,
for me.
is this
Absolutely.
what save yourself black men really mean? I'm not gonna say that. I wouldn't want to confound this. This is a subset of anime culture, I would say. And this is anime people. This is a dark subculture within the anime subculture. I don't necessarily think they're related. I do think some of those personality traits do translate across the board, and like I said, depending on what you're into, maybe the branding is going to be different of it, if that makes sense. Like if you're into red pill black manosphere spaces and you are socially awkward and struggle with social interaction and objectify women and don't want an actual relationship with an actual sentient being, maybe for you it looks like save yourself black man or incel behavior. Maybe if you're in anime it looks like this, but once again, I still wouldn't necessarily put those two together, because those men in save yourself black man could desire adult relationships with women. They just don't have the mental fortitude to handle it, but they're not out here like, oh well, I need to go after a kid now because I can't deal with women. So I do think that path can exist, but I don't necessarily wouldn't say that they're 100% correlation. And it's definitely escapism. People who don't separate their fantasy and real life very well, we try to realize our fantasies. It's like the metaverse. I just feel like you didn't need to know this.
But you gotta just accept some stuff. You gotta accept that this person is that's the thing too, because they do. So I can't even say that because
What you mean?
it says like these people do, like they fully accept the fact that this person is 2D. They realize that they accept it, but it doesn't stop them from having these urges, these feelings, and the want to commit and actually have this relationship, which is crazy to me. But
I don't know. Are people
put
needing?
your cushions together.
I mean, I mean, what really could be done for somebody though who has already descended into this path?
It's gonna take, number one, a strong person to dig them out of it, because I know I ain't going there. I'm sorry, the moment you tell me that this was your past, I gotta go.
This is red flag territory.
I gotta go.
There's some maladaptive behavior there. You can't relate to adult women, adults like you, and you can't ever be like, I'm sorry, single moms out there, if you're dating and you have kids and you run into a dude who's in the anime and he got posters up of his waifus and they look like Shantae or anybody,
run.
I would say, girl, for me, I'm gonna say that's a red flag.
Run.
Get out of there. Like, to me, I just
What's
couldn't
that
trust.
new Jordan Peele movie called? Nope.
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 Right. Women was calling Rihanna their baby mama and stuff. Like I said, there's one thing of just saying like, that's my baby mama, or like they cute, she fine, that's my girlfriend. Like, oh, like I always say, Doja Cat, my girlfriend. Like, there's that, but there's like, no, I'm into like me saying it in a joking way because I just like her, and then me being like, no, I'm in a serious relationship with Doja Cat.
Like if you said that shit at a party and everybody laughed and you got offended.
You talking about that you got offended? No, really, guys. Look, that's my girlfriend.
Right. If you gotta defend yourself, if you're gonna give me a PowerPoint on when y'all got together and all this stuff, baby, that'd be the last day you saw me in person.
Like, I do want to interview them, but I feel like it would be bad because I would just be like really asking questions. Like, did you see that thing I sent you of Charlemagne talking to anime characters? It would like be like that. I'd be like, so how y'all meet?
Nah.
How y'all meet?
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I need to.
I would be asking questions like, how y'all meet? Tell me y'all love.
No, I really would too. And I wouldn't want them to feel too much of a way so we couldn't finish the interview. So the entire time I fully would be like, I'm talking about, like you said, Oprah, Barbara Walters, straight faced, just asking the questions. And then we get to the end when I know it's about to calm down and I can have you walk out if you want. Then I might slide in some extra little questions just to get the answers that I want to make sure I get it.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little investigation.
It's just gonna be fact finding.
I think I want to go do some investigative reporting. I might have to make a Reddit profile, go into the Waifu subreddit, and just ask their guys, can y'all
You think
share
you might
y'all
find
story?
some?
I
You
think
think
they
you
might
might find some
respond.
at DreamCon?
This is the thing, though. I don't like it. This is hard because, like you said, people say it casually. Like we say waifu and husband, though. Like, how am I supposed to know you one of them, though?
Well, let's bring some people. If we get some people that's walking by and we get them to stop for a little bit, let's ask people if they have any waifus or husbandos, and let's go down the scale and see where they are, where they fall on the lexicon.
How do you make a questionnaire for this? Because like for me, coming from the medical field, this is one of those things where like you have a questionnaire that like a person can't really see the leading answers, and then like they get a score, and then it's like, well, if you get this score, so like how would you question a person?
We could do like a what's the flow chart? Like we start with the original question, like, do you have a waifu or a husbando? Yes, no. Yeah, the no is then, they just cancel it out. So, but if it's yes, okay. Are you, do you consider yourself, do you have feelings for your waifu or husbando? And if they say no, okay, boom, they out of it. If they say yes, then we go, okay, so is this just a light attraction? Is this like, or do you actually genuinely care about this person? They say yes, and like just break it down, and we see if anybody gets to the very end. We gonna put a little annotation up in the post editing.
The childish part of me would just be like, do you think it's just like really a lot of black dudes out here in this subculture? Or do you think this is for the Moon Demon Kingdom?
No, I don't. No, because I feel like I've seen examples of this. Like there's some streamers on here that be really pushing the boundaries, and I feel like they both run the gamut of black and white. I really don't see too many outside of black and white.
Oh well.
That's a lie. I got to see some Asian, but like when I'm just talking about the dudes that I could possibly run into in my day to day, I feel like they would be black or white.
Okay, so you think it's not race specific? I skipped the comment
I
from
don't really
YouTube,
think it's race specific.
and I know they're not coming up, but WizKid, shout out to WizKid, said they don't have to worry about rejection. So he was saying that that's why he thinks that they're into that, which is true. You don't have to worry about being rejected because you don't freaking exist. Hit him with the, would you like to take a survey?
Hit him with it. Would you like to?
We're gonna have to just put a thing up. Do you have a waifu? Come in. Let me ask you something.
Yeah, that'll be. We can have a couple of those, like depending on whatever, because I think we're still doing the black anime
we
characters,
can figure
right?
out because there's some logistics.
We do got some logistics, right?
Concern there, but I definitely wouldn't mind giving out a freebie for some questions.
Yeah,
like, do
we
you
can
have a
put up
waifu?
a couple of those.
Come. We want to interview.
Take a
you.
seat.
Come
Take a
have
seat.
a seat. Yeah, come sit on a hot seat and win something or give them something free. Let's see. Reddit surfing asked, I bet some of them want. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I would go like on the subreddit and ask them because there's like the comfort of anonymity. Is that anonymity? That word? Anonymous.
See an enemy.
Anonymity. Yeah, those words. Too many A's and M's and N's. Really.
I used to well, I still can't speak. We see that now, but I used to could not say aluminum. I would say aluminum.
I think it's weird that British people say aluminium.
Aluminium.
Aluminium? Does that say aluminium? That's
aluminium.
Weird. That feels like a whole different word to me.
Yeah. What is it? There's another one that they say different too. I always forget it, but it'd be the main thing I try to reference. It's not university. What is it? Oh, controversy. They say controversy.
That don't feel right.
Controversy.
You can make it as a customer service survey. They gotta have element OP. What you mean they gotta have element OPs in there? Yeah, thought you talking about boobs because we call them element OPs when women have really big old boobs in the hospital. You're like, she got them element OPs. You know,
because it's like beyond, right? Yeah.
Bring a body pillow as bait. Maybe we'll give away a body pillow. I just don't want to buy because I just secretly feel like if you buy one of them body pillows, you ended up on the watch list.
On the watch list. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as you probably should be.
Especially with like AI, like
I
getting smarter. Yeah, I feel like AI has definitely probably like figured out that this is weird and like his. Matter of fact, let me close this window off my computer right now. It's been up a little too long. Look, it's been up a little too long. I'm still.
You know how they say like with the police, like if you hang up on the police call within 10 minutes, they can't track it. That's what you're doing with the website.
I'm mad the chat treating them like Pokemon. Tomorrow catch one. I'm gonna catch one. But and then I had one more. Let me make sure I hit all my talking points.
But while you're looking for that, I would be safe ordering the Gojo one though, right? Because it's just like a regular pillow.
I just feel like we don't know though. Yeah, I do feel like some of them should be instant watch lists.
Yeah. The ones with the boobies and the children, those are instant watch lists. But like a Gojo, you got a shirt off, like a K-pop star.
There was like a little Levi one too. I seen. I'm looking for the Tengen one.
They grown.
That's what I'm
They grown.
They out you. Well, maybe that's the kind of investigative reporter. You know, you gotta go undercover with the drug lords and like become a drug lord. Just like become a weirdo investigative. So there are some, we talked about the kind that like, oh, she's a 3,000-year-old demon, but I do just want to point out, for instance, like shout out to Shy Cutie. We did a show where we were talking about like my dress up darling and stuff like that, and we and we watched it and reviewed it, like not be looking at the chat laughing. And there are dudes who have waifu'd Kitagawa, who is a high schooler in this show. So I just want to make the point that some of these dudes are definitely out here just completely aware that she's underage and just still feeling like she should be waifu. And my other problem is these same weirdos will have a problem with the black artist drawing an anime character as black.
Good point. Really good point.
He's talking about, why being too long since the transition got it.
That's what I fell out at.
I know, I was like trying not to look at that real quick and just like keep going, but we will one time for the chat. I made that transition myself on camera.
There you go. You should be so proud.
I'm so proud of myself. It's like low tier, you know. But y'all chat ain't on here, so that's why I gotta go back. So there you go, Rashawn. One time for the chat. There you go. It makes him so happy. They're just so jiggly. I mean, how do you not like those? I
I
feel
don't know.
like
It's like what did nigga say from 40-year version? It's like a bag of sand.
like a bag of sand. Is that what he said?
Because that's how they knew he was a virgin. Because it was like a bag of sand.
It's like,
Have you ever touched a boob?
do y'all know they have like little mouse
Not it.
pads with the boobs on them?
What?
They have mouse pads with boobs on them. Cause you know, like I have
So
a
like
store.
the right and left click is a boob?
No, it's just like, I don't know. You know how they have the hand rest? Like some mouse pads have the wrist rest on it, where it's like a little
Yeah.
hump. They have
Yeah.
some that have boobs, like silicone, like you squeeze them. So like I was looking for merch for my store because you can order like on AliExpress or Alibaba, and they have
Mhm.
them. They're like anime girl mouse pads with like boobs. You
I
have
was
to
just about to
look.
say I was just about to say I need to see this, but then I'm
Mouse
just
pad
like,
with boobs.
I mean, hold on.
I knew you was gonna look.
I don't know.
Know why? I'm here for the jiggle. A nice book feels like a cloud in like a cloud in heaven. A nice boob. Oh yeah. Fidget jigglers. I hate y'all. Y'all so childish.
Oh, not the JoJo ass.
Wait, now I kind of want to see. Wait, what do we
Wait,
search?
how do I? I'm about to put it in Discord.
Is it with? Because my camera won't pick up my phone
I just
screen.
searched mouse pad with boobs, and I
Okay, if
went to
y'all want to see
images,
the
and the
pictures
first
we
thing I saw.
represent, you're gonna have to join the Discord. That's the caveat. He's gonna post it in Discord right now.
Oh my god!
Fidget
But I should
jigglers.
be. But JoJo is a grown man, so I can't
Is
sit
it like
here and
a
be
butt?
offended.
It's his butt?
It's his whole ass, and it's thick too. Where is this
Did you
anime
share it in the
discussion?
Discord?
Put it in anime discussion. I was like, do I
General
put it in
chat.
anime discussion?
General chat.
Oh, general chat.
It
Oh
should be
Lord,
like a
not
link
just
or
lost
something,
it.
right? But yeah, I think I
No,
hit all
I
my
was trying to
talking
say it.
points. They were regular people versus fringe, so we know they're fringe
There we go.
society. We talked about our husbandos. We talked about that article that is by Japan Power. Like that's also in the Discord. If you did not get to see it, we definitely have decided this is not normal, right? This isn't in the
No,
realm of normal.
this is not. I will not classify this as normal. I'm sorry, I can't. Like I said, I
No.
won't crucify you, but do that shit over there.
Right. All this effort for a 2D character, which once again, I feel like if you applied yourself to real life as much as you applying yourself to these pillows, honey.
Not fidget jigglers.
Yeah, fidget jigglers. Like he's talking about Shopify store coming soon. It's definitely abnormal. Is this dangerous? Yeah, do you think this is dangerous? Like, do you think that these people will be able to like leave it in the sphere of this is fantasy and I'm fantasizing?
You cannot say what people will and won't do. You
Yeah,
just
but do you
can't.
think,
You can't put
generally
it past
speaking, do
these
you think
people.
most of these people who maybe are in this will be able to keep it to something that they solely just like it never sees the light of day? They never feel like they need to take it farther as far as like seeking out a person.
I would say yes if there weren't these like maid cafes that I just got introduced to,
Oh yeah,
where
what?
these people
But you
are
never
actually.
seen a maid cafe in anime?
No, I have, but I've never
Mhm.
seen them in person. And I feel like when it comes to these people who are so entrenched and in love with these actual fictional characters, but then you go into a space where these people's job is to stay in character and present this image to you, and especially if that's the only time you see these people is constantly in character. Players Club, dude following you home from work one day, trying to get you to be his little anime thing on full time, but you ain't with it.
They talk about, I think there was like there was an anime I was watching where she worked in a maid. It was like high schooler girls, because I don't know, maybe in Japan sometimes there are younger girls like, but this dude was following her home because he was obsessed with her from the maid cafe.
That's exactly what
But
I'm
see,
talking
they
about.
have maid cafe now. That's one thing we can do an investigative report on. You know why?
Why?
There will be a maid cafe
In Texas?
in Texas.
We are absolutely
a
going.
pop-up maid cafe. So we gonna go
We
to
are
the maid
absolutely
cafe,
going.
y'all.
If you don't want to push forward, I'm gonna try my hardest to see if anybody want to like actually talk to us for a second, because I need to know if they ever had that experience, if they've ever like engaged with any weirdos,
Right.
have they ever felt unsafe at their job?
Right. Let's see. He said this is normal as eating gunpowder, and I just haven't seen people leave their fantasies to fantasy. Right. Because these
Oh
are the
yeah,
same.
read that.
Yeah,
Read that
like
from
he was
Arshawn,
literally
because that
smashing
was
pillows to take it offline. That's true. To
right.
take it, and then like that's kind of how it goes. Like when they talk about people who kill people, like serial killers, you'll see this path of them like escalating until they, you know, and try to repress the urge and all that stuff. Until they finally
Netflix,
have to do
don't
it.
fuck with cats.
Oh,
Don't fuck with cats. That's the
that is
perfect example.
that. I
Because
love that
I'm
documentary.
talking about just the steady, gradual increase in his interest and his desires to do more and more and more, and we saw where it ended up. If you haven't seen Don't Fuck with Cats, watch it. But if you love cats,
Don't watch it.
bring some tissues with you.
But I think it is nice though, because it in a way like helps you know like some of these warning signs, because I don't think everybody kind of knows like what the warning signs are besides some of the more obvious ones. And then like in our culture, we also have these weird like I don't know if I team desensitization, but stuff like Dexter and like some of these shows that I feel like, you know, like I said, I've watched it. This isn't me like shaming people for watching them, but at the same time, it's like, is it really good to make a show that has the person with the dark triad personality that's literally like hurting other people as the main hero of the show? Like, I don't know. I just feel like in some ways it's a little problematic for me.
I just realized I post that picture in the anime discussion still instead of general chat,
okay.
but it's there now.
It's okay. But I do think that's a little problematic to like make somebody with this abnormal behavior like the hero of a show.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's like I hate that whole. At first, I used to like it, that whole making me root for the villain, that type of thing. But this is like you're fully giving me someone that is supposedly good and everything, but they have this.
It's just this one
behavior,
thing. I like to murder humans. It's like,
yeah. I don't know, but but even then, you can get me to but like to root for a character like that, because I love what you saw.
Looked at the mouse pad. All you see
When
is
I tell
buttons.
you,
it picked that
you can
up.
see it perfect. It picked that ass up. That's the mouse
My
pad.
husband is across
So your wrist.
my husband's across the table from me cracking up because he just saw me holding it up to the camera. So we like work at the same table. So he's literally on the other side of the table right now working, and he saw me holding this up and started cracking up laughing.
But I have never seen those. So your wrist is what rests between the cheeks or between the titties.
They have like
That's
demo
crazy.
videos where you like go to the supplier site so you can buy them. They have like demos of them squeezing the boobs.
Do they have like? Can you like try these out? Like, can you go up to a place and just put your wrist between, see which one fits the best?
I haven't found. I will order one off Amazon. They said they have them on Amazon. I'm gonna order one.
I would have to hide that every time I had company. That is too much. That is too much.
Well, that was a little.
That's too much.
Let's see, mouse pad with boobs. I feel like that's I don't know. Let's see if they have.
That's
them.
what I searched. That
not
brought
this
JoJo
one.
up.
Not kick. Oh, now that one won't show. It's not big enough. It's like the little kick with the with a booty. Oh, this one's. I mean, they got a Faye Valentine one. I can't zoom in though.
That feels correct.
Is it gonna show? There you go. It'll show. It's fine. You see it? Can you see that?
Hold on. Yeah, I see it. Oh, that was nice.
That's nice, right?
That was nice. See, but that's the thing. You changed the whole conversation. You see my reaction to that when it's Faye?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna get the same reaction from me when you put fucking Anna from Spy Family on one of these.
Tsunade.
See, that's some nice titties, bro. Like
that's what I'm saying. If you do it
nice.
without being, you just keep it, Tsunade got some big tiggle.
So now I don't feel that bad about ordering the JoJo one.
See, look at that. That's nice. That's nice.
That's good. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you put the same mouse pad with Anna on it, I'm gonna literally burn you at the stake.
Yeah, some of them is just not cool. They have a Deadpool one with him with some boobs.
Oh, I just saw that. I saw it's him and JoJo in drag. Both of
I
them
mean,
and
they
got
have some
boobs on it.
they got May from Overwatch. I might have to get that.
That one I don't fully. Oh well, no, May, she's an adult. Is Diva an adult?
She grown.
I
Diva
don't think she
wasn't,
is.
but Blizzard was like, "Oh, these niggas is weirdo," and they had to age her ass up.
That's
you-
what they did on Dislight. You know that game I was playing, that mobile game Dislight? All the characters were like 15, 16, but if you go on that game, and it's still like this now, if you go into the game and then there's a section where the users review, and they're supposed to be reviewing like the gameplay physics of it, but every comment is like, damn, he thick, or like, you know, all this X, Y, and Z. This one character, she was originally 16, and her tagline is like, she's a healer and she's like all about plants, and her line says something like the flowers that bloom will come, or something like that. And you just having that line in there, people was
now
going
you know
in
you
on the
can't say
reviews.
"come" around some horny boys.
Right. So they had to age her up to like 24, but her character model's the same. And it's like, this doesn't solve the problem.
I can see
This
y'all
doesn't
aging
solve the
Diva up to
problem.
like 18, but yeah, you can't be like they're 24 now.
Yeah,
Dudes
she's
are
36.
weird. Rashawn, why are dudes so weird? I mean, I feel like that's kind of one of the conversations that really need to be had. Like, I just think I think women are objectified, and like, in a lot of ways, women, you know, a lot of men, not even just these men we talking about, but like a lot of these men don't want real women. And sometimes I hear the conversations they have, and I'm just like, you don't really want to be with a real woman. You complaining about normal stuff, bro, like that women do. Like, you can't possibly actually.
She always asks me why I do stuff. Like,
oh no. What really irritates me is people like trying to shame me out of doing stuff that like women just fucking do.
like what?
Like, it just be like, oh, for instance, like some black men or whatever, if you start talking about wigs and hair from the angle of, oh, it's so expensive and this and this and that, and it's like, shut up.
Oh, okay. I see
Like,
what you're saying.
it's just say you can't afford it. Just say you can't afford it and just move on. Because natural hair care is also not cheap.
Yeah. And
So-
it's difficult.
It is also difficult and time consuming. So like, our hair is never going to be cheap. Period. Like, it's just not. So just like, shut up. Sexual repression. I mean, there's so much, just like emotional stuff, like being emotional, being just shit we do, just stuff we do. Like, I don't think a lot of these men actually want to be with a human. It's just objectifying. But any final thoughts you want to say about this? Because we went through all our talking points.
I wish I wish we could just keep it to adults. That's it. That's my final thing. Because listen, S Death is hot. Tsunade got some knockers. Okay. I bet Hinata right now she be wearing them heavy clothes, but I'm sure she got it all there for you. Let's focus on those people. Let's leave original not Hinata from Naruto alone. Let's leave.
But I think
Let's
maybe
leave original stuff
maybe this
alone.
subculture wouldn't even exist if that wasn't why. I feel like, is it one of them things like, does this like dark subculture exist just because of those dudes? Because I feel like,
I mean, it does, because without them, it wouldn't exist. Now, if the question was, should it exist? My answer is no. It should be wiped out. It should fully be wiped out. It should not be a thing. There should not even be we shouldn't have the resources to be able to talk about this in the extent that we have today.
that's what I'm saying. And I mean, I didn't share a lot, but you know, we'll keep the conversation going for sure. You know, if anything comes up, we'll keep y'all updated. We're gonna go to the Maid Cafe. We're gonna try to poke around the internet and see if we can talk to somebody, get some input or whatever, to maybe get some of them to kind of explain this for us. So we'll keep you updated as we find more information about it, and like stuff comes in, we'll definitely tell y'all about the Maid Cafe experience. And then I just want to also put a disclaimer that like some of this stuff does, like, we know Japanese culture is different, but I really don't give a fuck where you are on the globe. I'm never gonna rock with you like a little kid, so don't even come over here with that as well.
Fight me.
So that's kind of like my final disclaimer.
We
but yeah.
need to look up. I need to research about voice changers, because I want to get them like on audio. I wanna talk to him,
the
like
Shadow
actually
Man
talk.
avatar mode with a voice changer.
Because I was thinking we can invite them to just be in the chat, but I want back and forth. I don't need you to be typing up and going like taking all day to respond your sentences, your paragraphs. I want to have a dialogue. So
So what
we
we'll
gotta
probably have to
look up
do, I
some
have this
options.
idea that we can make a TikTok, an inflammatory TikTok video. Okay. Just make a like short
Mhm.
TikTok video dragging them or making comments on it. Post it in the Waifu subreddit as like, this isn't me, it's somebody else. Look at this, y'all. I just came across this TikTok video. That's how you're gonna get the most like honest response to that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like just post
Yeah.
it like, look at them talking about it, and then they'll like just go off.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's not
Yeah.
us going off. It's us bringing attention to the people that's going on. Be like, can you believe this shit? How y'all feel about it?
Right. Like look at this TikTok video I just saw. I
Lure
seen
them into a conversation and and then
Is that
judge the
legal?
shit out of them
Right.
halfway through.
Is that legal? I've seen some stuff even in Shonen. I would love to hear from one of these guys. Yeah, same. And I mean, yeah, I know. But I also think that they're not gonna walk into this conversation with us. Cause like I said,
Yeah, that's what I
they're-
said. You gotta hide this conversation. You gotta put it for friends only.
I'm
For a
not
little
like I
bit.
said, I'm not even trying to hide the vibes coming off. Like I have 3 girls. It's really hard for me to just even feel like anything
The
in my
entire time, your
spirit.
blood just boiling.
Yeah, like I just feel like nothing in me wants to suppress my spirit as far as my disgust with men who like children.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah,
I don't care if she 2D, 3D, 4D, 5D, whatever.
yeah. When I think about it, yeah, look, I could put that through a filter. I don't really think I would want to have the interview with the one that likes the young ones, but I want to have the conversation with somebody that's married to a anime character that is an adult. But I want to know the logistics behind it.
Right.
I want you to break it down for me. And I don't want nobody that's just been in this shit for 2 weeks. I want somebody that's in a 5-year relationship.
Like, are they
with,
discussing? Are you guys discussing having kids? So what's in the books?
Right.
Like, are y'all gonna have children?
Discussing. How
be on
are
your-
you discussing?
Why you gonna be in your WandaVision shit, like manifesting kids, and then you gotta go to a multiverse? I'm sure in another multiverse, me and my waifu are together with kids.
And why didn't, since, I'm sorry, this is totally jumping in, but you brought it up. Why didn't she just look for a multiverse where the kids don't got no mama?
Cause it felt okay, Multiverse of Madness little side, but it felt
Because
like
there's plenty of universes where the person is
it
dead
felt
and
like
things
there
is
was just
moving on.
one though.
What, that one universe that she wanted to take?
Which seems improbable, but yeah, like.
I think she just found the first one and was like, "Ooh, kids," and
But
then
how would they
jumped to
exist
that
without
universe.
her? Like, would she have died? Because that brings that
Yeah.
question, like, what multiverse would she? But then they'd be like, she died. We grieved her, and now you back from the dead.
I'm from another multiverse. My kids, some had of my kids, they became non-existent. So I just felt like it's only right. At least at that point, you have all the cards on the table. You going into a new relationship that's a little bit more healthier than I killed your original mama. Fuck with me.
And so,
You
like,
know
in the
what I'm saying?
multiverse, does the time run congruently? Like, because then I'll also be like, is there a multiverse in which your kids are kind of have gotten a little older and they also understand like multiverse and maybe they superheroes because they got powers? Like, couldn't you go meet up with them there? Like,
I don't think time fluctuates because
right, it's like
when you
concurrent.
look at it, yeah, they say it's the same. Like, you can imagine all of us being the same little green pea. And we're
Right.
all in these different multiverses. At the time we're created as this green pea, that's when we start making decisions in our lives that make us
Okay, so that's-
diverge
and then
off.
it branches.
So,
But the time,
yeah, because they specifically say it's the decisions that they make that are different, which create these new versions of you. But
yeah,
I think it's
just-
all at the same time. Of course, there is time travel and stuff with all these fucking superheroes and shit. But I think with the multiverse is specifically like just the decisions that you make that are different, creating different universes and different outcomes.
But I got one thing to Wanda's defense. Like, I feel like this was a show about irrationality, like grief. Like, she was just complete. Like, we've established Wanda is in a place of just completely. She's not being. She's lost it.
If I'm being real, I did not really love Wanda in Multiverse of Madness. I kind of felt like it was a cheap way to do something with the follow-up of WandaVision. I wish she would have had her own movie.
I
or
mean,
something
but
like that.
I feel like they run congruently though, like her and Doctor Strange kind of story, because like once she becomes a Nexus being and she becomes a like multi-dimensional threat, like he would have to
Mhm.
be kind of the one that like handles her.
I guess, but well, I'm not okay. Maybe they could have still been the same movie, but just a little bit more fleshing out of this. For me, it felt like we just got WandaVision where she has her aha moment, and then she realizes the hurt that she caused all these people trying to fulfill her wants and needs, and then we have this scene, which in the movie they completely turned that scene around from what we thought it was. We thought it was her, just looking for her kids or whatever. What is actually her that entire time being evil because like how she was
Yeah.
playing up that scene of like, oh, I'm just out here growing peach trees and shit. She
Oh yeah,
turned
no,
did a
like I
little
feel
flick of
like
the
at the end
wrist.
of WandaVision, I had complete understanding that she had lost it, and she was like when she was in the meditative like state or whatever,
Hmm.
that she was
But I
just
thought
like,
it was
fuck it,
her
I'm
still.
finding my kids. Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I thought it was still that, but I didn't think it was her being like to the point where she was willing to just kill people. I thought she had learned from that and she was trying to find her kids in a way. Yes, she was using a dark hole to do it,
Yeah,
but
I
it
was like,
was
I think that
still
was the
like
dark hole that like really
it was.
swayed her to murderous and like complete, like you just can't see the forest from the trees
Yeah, I just
kind of
wish it was
thing.
more of a fight and a more of a gradual her getting to the point of I'll kill all these fucking magicians out here doing this little training. Because that battle that happened on the
Yeah,
rooftop of whatever the fuck, I needed that to be way longer. I needed it was everything just felt so quick and
yeah.
just like I don't know.
They did
I,
have a
I
lot to
needed it to be a
cover.
little bit more fleshed out.
I also like, okay, you brought what Miss Marvel America in. I just feel like for me, I just feel like she was unnecessary for me in the movie. I just like, I guess they needed somebody to be able to travel in multi-dimension. Like I don't really understand. Like I feel like having her just kind of gave us time that we could have used for something else, but I guess it kind of helped like as Doctor Strange navigate the most, because it's like, well, who would be his guide of navigating but I feel like Doctor Strange should have had some kind of, he would have been able to navigate it fine, but I guess there would be the issue of if he got knocked into another dimension, like how multiverse, how would he get back without
Yeah, I
somebody?
mean, I fully agree with you. I didn't need the girl in the movie either. She
But yeah,
actually
he
did
know how to
nothing
do
for me.
magic to like go to other, because he did the spell for Spider-Man, so we really didn't need her. We
Yeah, and
really
she
didn't.
wasn't a great actress either. So it was just like I
And
didn't
like, how long it
I
take
didn't
y'all to
need
really
it.
kill somebody? Like,
Oh yeah, because she was sucking. This might have been Naruto. How long they was sucking that BG out of Gara? Shit, she was
right?
doing the same thing, just like taking her sweet time, getting all this essence out. Because she did it like, didn't she start that process like 2, 3 different times?
That's what I be like. So I hate when movies do stuff like that. He said all them spells and she needed a person across the universe. Exactly. And she could just
Right.
brainwash anybody to believe. She really made her own obstacle. Like, yeah, you didn't need her. Like she felt like just like an afterthought. Like we need to introduce her to the universe. Let's put her in this movie, because I'm like, Doctor Strange or Wanda don't need her. They can dream walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like,
Easy.
why is she here? It just felt, I don't know. That was my major gripe with it. She could send I Squid across the universe, but she was stuck. Right. In
Yeah.
chaos
That,
magic. Yeah.
yeah. And on top of that, the Illuminati, as much as like you said, like, it wasn't 100% necessary, but the way number one, this version of Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, getting sunned the way she did so quickly, like that's what I mean. Like all this stuff just happened so quick.
Yeah.
These, like I needed that drawn out. Like, and why
And we
why
didn't
the
get Vision.
F? We didn't get Vision.
I
We
feel
didn't
like
get
they
Vision
should
at
have
all.
put like a breadcrumb
Yeah.
for what Vision, perfect Vision, I call him. But
Oh, because what happened to the
Yeah.
Vision that took off in
he
WandaVision?
just flew off
Yeah.
and we ain't seen that nigga since. Like, we didn't even get like a post credit scene where he went.
Right. Y'all gonna bring Professor X in this like cartoon X-Men motorcycle bike wheelchair
That's
thing.
the classic. That's the classic one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The one from the 90s or whatever. But y'all can't get Vision. There's got to be one multiverse where he's not dead.
That's
There
what
got
I'm
to be
saying,
some decision
like,
that led to him not being dead. He can't be dead in all the multiverses.
but we
the
still don't even
multiverses.
know what perfect. He just flew off and was like, I have to go study or whatever.
Yeah, and what did Professor X do really besides show up, have that old school music play in the background, and then get his head
He
snapped
was
in
like
that dream?
fan service.
Yeah,
Because
it
ultimately
wasn't
we
good
know
fan service. It wasn't good fan service.
the best
Not for
part of
me.
it was the music for me. I just like
The
that
best part was the
little,
music.
yeah. Yeah, but they could have made him. I mean, I just feel like some of this stuff they purposely did not do it in WandaVision so that they could do it in the movie. But I just feel like some of that stuff would have been better in WandaVision, like the show.
All I know is if they ever do X-Men versus, um, what is it supposed to be? Is it supposed to be X-Men versus Fantastic Four? Or is it supposed to be X-Men versus
I don't know when is Fantastic. Like what's? Oh, Thor is out. Thor ain't out yet. Is Thor out?
I don't know.
I feel like Thor's out.
Let me see.
But I'm like, when are we getting a Fantastic Four movie?
I just need to do that justice because I've been waiting on that. I've been waiting on that for a hot minute for the X-Men to really get introduced to this world.
Yeah, but they're gonna have to recap. Like, who's gonna be? I'm like, who's gonna be?
Well, that's all up in the air because now they're talking about Chris Evans not coming back as Captain America anymore, but reprising his role as Johnny Storm for Fantastic Four, but also getting to John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic instead of the one that happened in the originals with Chris Evans.
Because he's the new. So yeah, he's different. So then everybody could be different.
Like, is it Jessica Alba gonna come back as?
But then,
the
like, I
Invisible
feel
Woman?
like because of which is one of my favorite things about having the whole multiverse thing is
You can just
you
do
have
whatever.
space for like that kind of thing, like,
Mhm.
which is why it irritated me to no end when on WandaVision they did not connect the brother to like it really was
The
him just yanked
multiverse.
from another multiverse.
Yeah, because I was like, this is Quicksilver, but just from that movie. But it
And
turns
they
out
even
it was
using
just
it for
her.
them to be like, well, that's how she got the idea to search another multiverse for her kids. Like, just
Why ain't you in the writing room?
I'm just saying, like, okay, my brother can come back if he gets snatched from another multiverse. Even saying I'm just gonna snatch my kids out of their universe and bring them to my verse or whatever. Like, they could have connected all that. I just don't understand why they didn't do that. That like irritates me in no end that they didn't go that way. But
Yeah.
anyway, wasn't
So
trying to go
we
into
really can see.
Marvel talk, but
Right. It's all right. That I had just had so many feelings about that movie because I was waiting to see it for so long, and then I finally sat my ass down on Disney Plus and watched it, and I kind of left not really raving about it like everybody was. Like, I thought it was great. I did like it. I'm not like trying to shit on it. I just like I did have a lot of complaints by the
Do
time
you
it
think
finished.
Tom Holland's coming back as Spider-Man, or are they gonna move to real world Miles Morales? I feel like he's done.
I do want to see Miles Morales. I really do, and selfishly I want to see Nick play him. Just even though I don't know he's not an actor, but the artist I keep talking about now, Nicholas Draper-Ivy. He had a couple years ago. He was pretty popular. He was on I think he did a couple magazines in his like Miles Morales cosplay outfit. And I just ever since I saw him in that outfit, I saw him as Miles Morales. But there were some rumors that there was a couple people that was rumored to play Miles. Like, I think I heard like Childish Gambino at one point.
One. But I feel like he's too old.
Yeah, I need somebody a little bit like somewhere that looks in their like early 20s. You know.
But I think I do think Tom Holland is done. Maybe.
I enjoy Tom Holland as Spider-Man though. He's like the perfect balance of. I think he's so youthful, but at the same time, he still has that, like, he's a great actor.
But see, I think Tom Holland's, because of how they did Spider-Man, I think he's done. Because if you think about it, his Spider-Man arc, his Spider-Man story is complete now. I mean, because he's now gotten to the point where we start with kind of like Tobey Maguire. Like Tom Holland's Spider-Man was kind of like prequel Spider-Man in a way. Like, he just had his, he signed up for 3 more movies. I feel like they could have been done and moved to a Miles Morales. Now, I can see them using Tom to introduce us, like the multiverse and stuff, to introduce us to our Miles, which I think is be what happened. I don't think they're just gonna switch out like they used to do in the day. Like, oh, you had this Spider-Man, now it's somebody else. I do think they're gonna introduce Miles through Tom's movies, but I feel like his Spider-Man had to grow up, and he finally had his Uncle Ben moment with the aunt. And so now he's like has actually stepped into like, I'm Spider-Man now. I understand my responsibility. Like, I understand the weight and all that stuff now.
Yeah, if they do keep, if he really has signed off for 3 more movies, I hope they spaced out a good chunk of time. I want to see like some actual physical growth on him. Like, I want to see him like I know he might not. You can't control people's genetics.
But
And
signing on for 3 more movies also, does that mean like him as because you know how they do?
flashbacks and all
Yeah,
that type of stuff.
flashbacks, multiverse, like
Not
maybe
his
it's
own movies.
yeah, but he's like
Yeah.
if the multiverse is like him and another, like that kind of thing. They also said Andrew Garfield signed back on.
I like Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Who was your least favorite Spider-Man? Was it Andrew?
I feel like it has to be. I don't want to say Andrew, but I feel because like that's my Spider-Man. Okay,
That's
Toby
yeah.
is my
Yeah.
Spider-Man. And Toby
Yeah.
used to get he was getting drugged.
He was.
Toby
But
Maguire
I
Spider-Man
really-
was getting his ass beat.
But I don't know. I never felt like as emotionally connected to the Spider-Mans as I was with him. Like when he was really on that train pulling them things.
Yeah.
Like I felt that, and I was
Toby
rooting for him
just had
so
a way.
hard.
He looked like he was really. I mean, Andrew Garfield. I feel like did we get 3 movies with Andrew or just 2?
I can't. I think 2.
I feel like it was just 2.
But Andrew is my least favorite out of all of them.
Yeah, but I feel like he didn't.
Toby,
He
Tom.
didn't get a fair chance because like a lot of the Spider-Mans, once they resolved like a big issue, they just moved on to another Spider-Man.
I mean, but like when I think of like each one of their charisma, just off their first movies, he's just kind of lacks a little bit between the 2 for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Like,
kind
he's
of
a cool
partial because
guy.
I love Tick Tick Boom. So you're gonna be hard pressed to get me to say anything negative about Andrew Garfield at Tick Tick Boom. So like,
Heard.
I'm a musical geek, so like that's even more than maybe Marvel and stuff like that.
And
I
I'm
would
not
say-
saying anything about him as a person or his musical aspirations, but
I don't know, but you gotta
just in these
understand.
movies
Like,
alone.
if I had to put a tier list of what I really nerd out for the most, like, it's Star Wars, musicals, and then anime.
Heard.
Anime is actually
Wow.
third.
Feels so bad I can't indulge with you in your favorite because I have not been a Star Wars fan like at all. Like I'll watch it and I'm interested,
I
but
gotta find
I can't
somebody
just
to
sit
talk
here.
about Star Wars with.
Yeah,
because
it ain't me, babe.
I need to talk to somebody about Star Wars. Like I need to. Okay, I just need
I could start my journey, but you'd have a lot of waiting to do while I work my
There's
way
so
through
much,
these
though.
decades. and
There's like
decades,
all
right,
the
of content.
9 movies.
Mhm.
And then like you got the Clone Wars TV show, like the little,
Mhm.
and then you got like
And there
all
was a time where that could have been me when Toonami was doing Clone Wars. My brother was trying to get me to watch it. Well, he wasn't really trying to get me to watch it, but he would watch it, and I kept telling myself like, just start it. That could have been my moment, but I let it
I
pass.
had a big time crush on Hayden Christensen when I was young, so I feel like that's like really where it started.
Hayden, let me look his face up. I don't remember.
I'm
know
like
the name,
young Hayden Christensen. Like I really liked him because Star Wars was like old and dusty before that. And then like when they did the prequels, it was like, oh, he's young, and like everybody's young, and it was just like more up to date. And I just think he was so cute. I liked Hayden Christensen as Anakin when he was young.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
nice. So you looking at crusty Obi-Wan and the old one, and like
that's true in comparison.
and
Just
you're like,
looking
oh,
at him,
actually,
though.
some people with some nice faces. You got Liam Neeson, Ewan McGregor, and Anakin. I was like, okay,
I
like
could see that.
they resting on the eyes a little bit better,
Yeah, if you staring at nothing but these different species and Jabba the Hutt, and I can see him popping up on your screen and you being a little happy.
Okay, the little ponytail. Okay, so
Just looking at him on these red carpets, though, I ain't really
no, I
loving it.
don't think like I mean we talking about like fine. Like I don't think he's like no.
Yeah,
he's just a regular
he ain't
dude. But
there.
I mean as far as like in Star Wars because of like the whole story of Darth Vader and like knowing that was his I don't know. I just really was standing for Hayden Christensen as Anakin. That was it. Like, not
as Anakin.
yeah. We wasn't finding no other work
not
with
going
him.
to the Grammys, not going to the
No.
Oscars.
No, just as Anakin. Clone Wars is one of the better properties.
You know
Yes.
what? I actually understand that because Lord of the Rings, was it Orlando Bloom, the
Yeah.
elf?
Right.
I was in love, but seeing
was
him
it?
outside when he didn't have them ears on, it ain't did nothing for me.
Yeah, he's very
Put them ears
plain.
on.
But as Legolas,
Put them ears back on.
everybody was into
Put that
Legolas.
wig on. Put them ears on. Get your ass in the bedroom.
But see, no, I'm gonna be in a real relationship with Legolas. He's gonna be my real
Oh no.
boyfriend.
Oh
okay?
no, you have transitioned. This whole conversation has got you thinking and you
I'm
just
just
slipped up.
I'm just saying,
You
why
ain't even
can't I?
joking.
He exists in
She
real
ain't even
life
joking.
though.
She ain't even joking.
So I could just get clips of Orlando Bloom interviews and stitch them together and like we can
And
have
now she's
conversations.
already methodically thinking it through.
We
She's
can have
already working out how
we
to
can have
logistically make this
conversations.
happen.
Yeah, I think it'll be cute.
Mm-mm.
But
Not you
anyway,
editing. You know them Obama videos where they edit all the episodes, the interviews together, making him say stuff. That's what you're gonna be doing.
yeah, that's what I'm
Creating
saying.
whole
Completely.
dialogue.
Wedding vows, it's over.
We lost her, y'all.
Yeah, y'all lost me. But before we head out, I really haven't decided if we're gonna do another episode this upcoming Sunday. This is the last Sunday before DreamCon.
That is true. Because we leave next week.
I'll see Two Chopsticks said they was feeling that way about Topanga from because I just feel like we have a lot of like, okay, well, what day are we leaving? I mean, we got some time. Like we're not leaving to what?
Yeah. I mean, we could do a show on Sunday. I mean, I would be able to, but would you?
Yeah, I mean, I could. I just didn't want to like overwhelm myself. But I feel like a lot of the overwhelming stuff is like kind of behind me now, like ordering, inventorying, all that stuff. Yeah. So I feel like it. So we'll just say for now, we're gonna come back and do a show next Sunday. But my next show is on Wednesday, Wife Life Advice, with Shy Cutie. And then I'm trying to get back in the swing of just streaming consistently because boy, Twitch don't be playing with you. Fall off for a little bit. Twitch be like, okay. Yep. So I'm like crawling
so you just
my
want to
way.
come back on your time.
Yeah, crawling back to the viewership I was kind of getting at before I took that little moving break. So I'll probably be streaming some kind of game tomorrow, Overwatch, Fall Guys, Warzone, something. So I'll probably come back doing that, and then on Tuesday I have an ism show with Rashawn. We're going to be talking about nihilism, that other one I can't say, and another one I can't remember. But I think it's going to be around between 1 and 3 CST, somewhere in there. So on Tuesday I have the ism show, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Make sure y'all slide in Waifuism.
Oh yeah, we need to talk. Well, this was the ism show today. Waifuism,
well, I guess that is it. Yeah.
You know, predatorism, all that.
Yep, all of that.
So we did it. But thanks everybody for the chat and chat for joining us. We appreciate y'all. Y'all keep it lit, everybody. I'm not gonna necessarily go down names because it was a lot of people, but everybody came in. Shout out to the Facebook, the YouTube side as well. They came in. We tried restream today, so we'll see how this worked out when I watch it back. Because I know y'all ain't gonna tell me if my sound was trash. Matter of fact, we could probably be up here muted the whole time, and nobody probably would say nothing. But
the ghetto.
The ghetto.
The ghetto.
But anyway, yes, that's about it. We're gonna go. With that being said, I don't have no outro, so I can cut to the boobies and then black screen.
I was about to say, give Rashawn the transition.
Okay, let's do the boobies one more time. But I think it's actually gonna be me. Well, let's see. We'll see what happens.
Who?
Not
Your
me on the
boobies?
boobies, but like me. Okay, no, it's a black screen. I want to make sure we transition to a black screen and not like me.
No,
big.
technically present like that.
No, because I film my videos in Discord. So, yeah. Okay, well, we'll see y'all. Bye.
Bye, y'all.